Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel where we make the technology simple and easy to understand. Today we are talking about the two very important concepts in Apache Spark, RDD and Dataframe. If you ever been confused about when to use one over other, you are in the right place. So let's discuss. RDD are like, so first we'll discuss the RDD. RDD are like basic manual way of managing the book. Okay, suppose imagine you are at a large library. The book are the data. Understand, the book are the data and librarian is a Spark. Okay, now you can either have a very basic method of collecting and organizing this book, or you can have a more structured and optimized way. So in the library, so there are a lot of books is there. So that book is the data. So that book are the data you want to organize or you want to place properly. So you have to be choose the which method you are going to be, like the RDD or the data frame. Okay, so first understand the RDD. RDD are like the basic manual of managing the book. You have to tell the librarian everything, or the Spark, you have to tell everything from how to arrange them to how to retrieve specific one. Okay, on other hand, the data frame are like catalog system where everything is more organized. You just tell the librarian or the Spark what you need and they can retrieve it for you quicker and more efficient. Okay. Now first let's dive deeper into two approaches. So first up, let's talk about the RDD or resilience data distribution. In simple term, RDD is like having a list of data spread across multiple computer or the node. It's the fundamental data structure in the Spark. Okay, here is the, we'll take the some real time example or the real life example, so you will be understanding, it will be easy. Imagine you have a pile of unsorted book spread across the many tables. You have the multiple books and that book spread across the table. Now you want to find all the books with specific topic. So every book there is a specific topic and you want to find that. Okay, so you have a manual search throughout all the tables to find this book. It's time consuming and manual, but you have full control over how the book are arranged or searched. See, suppose in the library there are a lot of books is spread and you want to search some specific topic, you can go. You have the full control. You can take the book and you can arrange the book. So you have the full control. Okay. Similarly, RDD give you the full control. The RDD work like this. It will give the full control. You can map, filter, and do transform as you like. But because you handle the logic, it be slower or more complex if not managed carefully. So that's the RDD. Like simple term, like the book is spread across the library. So library is the Spark, and that book have to be arranged. So there is the manually like going the book, searching the what you want from the book manually. So all this manual code we have to be right, and that's why it will be take time consuming, and it is the slower. Okay. So in the Spark, RDD distributed collection of a object. Okay, they are mutable, meaning once you create RDD, you can't change it, but you can transfer it into new RDD throughout operation like map, filter, and reduce. Okay, now let's take some example to see how the list of the numbers you want to double each number. So small line of the code I have given here. So the using the lambda function creation of the book, first we are like creating the data frame. So it is a very simple, normally the Python syntax how we create. So we can write that syntax, but like the more detail on the RDD and the data frame, we will be creating the very detailed video and practically we are showing that, but just understand here theoretically. So it may be like you ask the many places in the interview and all. So this is the like the basic concept and understanding we are providing here. Okay. So now let's jump into the next part in this data frame. So before that, understand like what we understand here, like the RDD, how the RDD will distributed collection of the object, and it is the mutable, and it is the transformable also. Like one RDD can transfer to the another using map, filter, and the reduce. And we have given the some snapshot of the code. So that's we understand the RDD. RDD is like the simple, like very simple. The example we have given the librarian. Librarian is the spark where the multiple books are spread across the mini table. Now book is the data, and from that book you want to retrieve some topic, some subject, or the something that the content. So manually you can go, you can search, that means manually you have to write the code and you can retrieve that data. So that's the way RDD will work, and it is the time consuming. So let's jump into the next topic here, the data frame. Okay, so data frame, let's talk about this now. So continues with the libraries example. We'll take the same library example here. So librarian like a data frame. Okay. In this data frame is like having a full index. So whatever the book we have, whatever the data we have the full index. We have did the index. One will do the index. So the index we searching it is very easy. So if you go to the SQL way of understanding the data, then the data will stored in the table. We create the primary key. When we'll create the primary key, in the default it will get created the cluster index. So when the index will be get created, when we'll retrieve the data, so the roadmap will get created and the data will get very faster. So this is the completely different topic. So when we'll discuss some SQL related concept, we can understand that. But when we'll create the index, the retrieve the data from the table, it is the faster. Okay, just understand that. So continues with the libraries example. A data frame is like having a full index. So in the data frame, have the full index here, categorized and searchable catalog of the book. Okay, so book whatever we have created the index, and if you want to retrieve that data, it is like very fast here. You can simply ask for all the books on a specific topic, and librarian quickly retrieve them because they are organized in the row and column. Okay, so here the when we create the index, and if you ask the librarian or the data frame, sorry, the driver here, the content, I mean we have the index, right? So when we ask that, the data frame the very quickly retrieve the data because they are organized, right? The organized, it is how it is, row and column way, means the tabular format. Okay, data frame provide the high level abstraction. It's like the RDD but with more structure. Data frame, it is like the more structure similar to a Excel sheet or the SQL table. So more structure, it's have the column and it's have the row. Like this data structure of the data frame will get created. Okay, it contains the row and column, and its structure format allow the faster and the more efficient query. Okay, so in the Spark, data frame are built top of RDD. So understand here, data frame is built top of RDD but added a tabular structure. So whatever the data frame concept it is now, it's already have, but top of that we have added the data frame with the, we have given the some structure for that, means we have given the structure for the data. So we have arranged the data as tabular format. Okay, which mean you can work with the data is row and column. It also allow for optimization such as query planning and execution. So when we arrange the data properly, so it is like help us to optimize the way and execution of the query. Okay, so let's look into the some of the small sample of the code I have given here, the Python written. So we have created the data and the column we have given, and we have created the data frame. Okay, so the key difference. Now let's we cover the basic of the both. Let's summarize the key difference between the RDD and the data frame. Okay. So structure. How is the RDD structure? RDD are unstructured. They are not structured, means they are not tabular format. Okay. RDD are unstructured while data frame are structured like the table with row and column. Okay. So this is the basic, the difference we can say. RDD is structured, data frame is unstructured. Sorry, my bad. I apologize for that. Like the RDD is unstructured, means there is no structure for the data, but data frame it is a structure, like how the row and the column, it's the tabular format, means we have the like SQL table or the data will store in the Excel sheet. Like this data frame will get stored. Okay, efficiency, let's discuss the efficiency. Okay, data frame are optimized for the performance due to their internal optimization like catalytic optimizer make them faster. So the data frame it is faster because the one way like we are storing the data structure and it is created the index also, and the optimized way like the internal mechanism is like the catalytic optimizer making them faster. So we'll understand in our some upcoming video like what is the catalytic optimizer. So it may be like get clear that, but just understand here like it is the faster efficiency because the way of data get structured, how their some tabular format, how the index and the catalytic optimizer we are using. Okay, the easy of use. So understand the easy of use. With RDD, you need manually handle operation. So whatever the RDD, if we are using, so manually we have to handle. Manually we have to write the code. Manually we have to search data. So manually we have to be optimize that, and so whatever the operation we have to do. So manually means like we have to write a lot of code. Data frame offer the built-in function. So data frame offers some of the built-in function like SQL like query, making them more user friendly. Understand? Okay, so it's like as I said multiple times, the data frame is like the SQL table, and it is offer more friendly option here. Use cases RDD are better when you need fine grained control over the data transformation. Suppose you need the more control on the data, so RDD is the good options. But lot of code or lot of like the everything you have to write, you have to give the input, so it will work. But data frame are the great when working with the structure or the semi-structured data, and when you want better performance with less coding. Okay, understand the already we are like discussed this multiple times. Like when we're using the data frame, we have to be write the very less code. Let's return to our library example again. Like just understand our library example here. Okay, so the RDD is like manual going through each table in the library to find the book or the book content. Okay, it's very simple. Understand RDD is like manually we are going through the each table in the library to find the book or the book content. Okay, data frame is like the having. So let's understand the data frame. Data frame is like having a computer catalog where you type the book topic and it show your exact where it book are. So it's like very simple. Like the data frame, like the have the catalog. And if you want to search any book, so catalogs contain the all the details in that book. And when you will search the topic of that book, so it will show exactly where the book is are. Okay. So that's the way the data frame will work. The first one, I means like the RDD. The RDD will give the more control but take longer time. While the second one means the data frame. One is the faster and easy to use. Okay. So now let's understand the difference, some of the difference between the data frame and the RDD here. So in the table, so we have framed the very detail and for easy to understand. The RDD, the definition, as we know, like low level distribution collection of the data, and the data frame is the structure where like the tabular format data will get, and high level of abstraction. Okay, immutable. So the both RDD and the data frame are immutable. So the transformation, the manual control, map, filter, and the reduce have the RDD, but the data frame D, sorry, like declarative, the express what you want, like means so whatever you want, so you can like to get that very quickly from the data. But here like the have the more control on the RDD side. Okay, so optimization, like the fewer optimization, user defined logic means the whatever we return the logic. So based on that we can optimize for the RDD. But the data frame, the query optimization, automatic planning, like so it's written the way top of RDD, the data frame, and here the like the RDD, whatever the functionality have, the apart from that, the more functionality have with the data frame, and it is like more optimized way. The example doubling number using RDD, so we can the double number one of the example we have given, but the more detail we look into the some of our future upcoming videos. And the data frame is like creating the data frame from the data. So whatever the data will get the input, so based on that we can create the data frame. So to sum up here, like use RDD when you need more control over your data processing. Use the data frame when you want faster performance and easy of use with structured data. Okay, so thanks for watching. If you don't find it useful, so let me know so we can cover more detail on this. And if you find this helpful, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. See you in the next video. Thank you.